Do you know what this is? Keep watching and prepare to fall in love. I'm in Lilongwe, Malawi, at the Veterinary Care Center for Lilongwe Wildlife Trust. We're going to see a pangolin, the world's most heavily trafficked animal. Okay, I think it's in there, but I'm not allowed in there. That's the intensive care unit. We're going to bring... Oh! So that's the first pangolin I've ever seen. So she's how old?
She would be about 6 months old now, so she's just on 3 kilos. So in the wild, we're starting to wean off milk, but would still be with her mum pretty much full time.
Yeah. Come get this shot of her tongue. Come on, what's her name?
Her name is Wenjala. It means hungry in Chichewa, which is the local language. The pangolins are very smell orientated. They rely a lot on their sense of smell to find ants. Their hearing is also not terrible, but their eyesight's pretty poor. The primary form of protection for these guys is curling up into a ball. So you can see her belly has no scales. That's all naked.
Oh,
so when they're
like a hairless cat.
Like a hairless cat, exactly. It feels exactly the same. Oh. So when they're scared, they will curl up like this and basically clamp everything right down. And when they're fully clamped, there's nothing you can do to get them open. Unfortunately for pangolins, what has made them so successful in the wild, that clamping into a ball, contributes heavily to them being one of the most heavily trafficked animals in the world. The other thing that works against them is they don't have vocal cords. Pangolin can't make any noise. So we've seen instances where traffickers have been sitting on public transport with these guys in bags on their back, and nobody in the bus knows that they're there.
They can't call
because
out.
the pangolin doesn't make any noise, and when it's frightened, it will stay curled up in that ball.
So effectively hiding from the potential rescuers.
Their defense to hide from scary things is unfortunately what makes them so easily trafficked. Right now she would like to get down and
Let's
look for
do
some
that
more
then.
food.
I sense that, so let's do that.
She's a very independent little girl. From the moment she arrived, she's been like, let me go, I'm good.
That's a great sign.
It's a great sign. It's 100% what we want to see.
And you can't just put a bowl of ants and termites in front of her, right?
No, and each pangolin will have its own specific favourites of those ants and termites. So there's a lot about these ground pangolins that we don't 100% know. So we've only kind of had them in rehab and them in care and then known to science for a very short period of time in the grand scheme of things. Still a fall. So we're still learning every day. Pangolins' scales are made of keratin. It's the same thing as your fingernails and your hair, and the same thing as rhino horn.
There's no medicinal value in this
None.
at all.
Nope. It is the equivalent of chewing your own fingernails. We have our pangolins in a kind of an undisclosed location where we take them off site, just to a rehab centre that we've developed. And at that centre we have 5 full-time staff members who work on a 1-to-1 ratio with these animals.
So you post a job listing for pangolin walker.
Yeah, basically.
Are they related to anteaters?
No.
That's the big question, because I describe them as they look like tiny anteaters. What is their closest living relative?
Pangolins. Pangolins are pangolins.
Like hyenas?
Yeah.
There's their own
They're
thing.
just their thing.
She didn't want these ants.
Apparently they're not the right ones.
They're not the right ants.
So this is another thing. They don't particularly like ants that are what we call free roaming. So
Oh.
she won't want that nest until she finds where they're coming from. And then they'll be interested
It's
to her.
in, they're coming out of that hole. Go get it. So one pup per, let's say 12 months,
Yep.
right? At the rate that they're being poached, clearly that is not sustainable.
Not at all, not at even a little bit.
When we hear of a seizure of pangolin scales, we've seen 1-ton shipments of scales. Hundreds of
individual
animals
correct.
were killed for that. Oh, baby. Okay, and they're also used for something else. They're considered a delicacy.
Yes. In places like Malawi, the poachers will try and keep the pangolins alive. They don't kill them on site. And that's because if your animal's alive, the meat stays fresh the whole time that it's alive. So in places like West Africa, the Congo, there isn't such a big demand for the meat, and that's where you see bags of scales.
There are 8 species of pangolin, 4 in Asia and 4 in Africa. Some do fairly well in captivity, but not this species.
Those are species that can eat a captive diet. So you can house them in an enclosure like you would any other animal, and you can feed them a captive diet. They don't need to be walked. They don't need hundreds of kilometers of space. The ground pangolins are the complete opposite to that. And they can also dig through solid concrete. So
What?
Yeah.
Their little claws can dig through concrete.
Yeah, if they find a tiny little imperfection in the concrete, they will
Pick away at
go
it.
for it until they rip it up. So we've had them break through wooden boxes as thick as, you know, this long. If they're somewhere where they don't want to be, they can open latches on doors.
Did you find something? Oh, you did, didn't you? You did. You found something. Well, it's insanely huge on the negative side, so of course the positive deterrent side has to have equal measurable force to be successful in any way.
Exactly, and sometimes we are kind of chasing tail in a way, so we're trying to make sure that we're predicting what the next big trend in trafficking and crime is going to be, and sometimes that's incredibly difficult. So we don't know what's going to happen, is the short answer.